Moving forward to America's Conference, or America's Division, I should say, the Big Ten West, we have Iowa on the road at Wisconsin. The Badgers are 10-point home favorites, and this game carries a lovely over-under of 36 points. Kicks off at 4 p.m. Eastern on Fox. I love this. It's a battle for the Heartland Trophy. So I was actually at this game last year at Kinnick. It was a snow globe. It was great. We did the wave to the Children's Hospital. One of the better experiences I've ever had at a college football game. Shout out Iowa City. Iowa won the game. And as they did, they sprinted as a team over, picked up the Heartland Trophy, and marched it straight into the locker room. No fanfare, no handshakes, no hugs. It was hilarious. They just took it and marched off that field, and the football game was over. It was outstanding. This game is supposed to be windy. We're talking 16, 17 plus sustained winds, higher gusts, of course. Keep that in mind. I don't know how much it's really affecting these two offenses, though, to be honest, since they like to keep it on the ground. Look, it's that time of week where we have to talk about the Iowa offense. As much as I don't want to, we're just going to have to. They're last in early down EPA. Again, shout out Parker Felmy Stats War on Twitter for that one. They're the third worst in late down success rate. Shocker. They're just bad all the way around. Deacon Hill is now the quarterback for Cade McNamara, but this is the same offense. They didn't make any adjustments at all, despite having a new quarterback with a different skill set. Brian Ferentz, nice job. Deacon Hill is a 4-star out of high school. He was actually originally a Wisconsin Badger, believe it or not. He's a Wisconsin transfer. So keep that in mind. Maybe just a little bit of extra motivation for him there. But I don't know how much he can do because 25% of his passes to wide receivers have been dropped. That is the most nationally among quarterbacks with at least 50 passing attempts. Wisconsin, the other side, the preseason starting center, Jake Renfro, he's actually close to returning. I don't know if he can return this week, but his replacement, Tanner Bortolini, has been the weakest graded starter on that offensive line. So they desperately want Jake Renfro back in that system. And speaking of systems, the Phil Longo system, it's been still taking a minute to get going. I know fans are excited about the Badgers wide receiver core coming in. I haven't been that impressed with them. I don't think they've done a whole lot. But they are third in rushing success rate, which is not surprising. They're facing lighter boxes, and they have Braylon Allen, one of the better running backs in the country. And Iowa's actually giving up yards on the ground. You usually think of them as being absolutely nails against a ground game, but right now they're absolutely nails against a pass game, and Wisconsin excels in the run game. You look at the past couple of games, Devin Mockabee from Purdue, Nathan Carter, Michigan State, they both found success in the last two games. So I don't know that's impossible to be rushing on this team here. I think that's the way Wisconsin goes.
Yeah, Brett, for me, this game, simply put, the Big Ten West is on the line in Madison. It's got a watchability score of 8.3. It's a top 10 game of the week. I'm excited about it, too. I love this rivalry aspect. I know people like to dog on the Big Ten West and on these offenses, but the defenses are phenomenal. Iowa has the better resume of these two teams, but my numbers have Wisconsin minus 7.5 in this one. It's a 70% win expectancy. With all the turnover that Wisconsin had on the roster and the coaching staff, I was concerned about the model's ability this past summer to accurately project the Badgers, but after 6 weeks, it turns out my concerns really weren't founded in anything. Wisconsin's overall power rating rank of number 23, their offensive rank of number 44, and their defensive rank of number 14 are all within 4 spots of where we started in August. The Badgers boast the best offense in the division, the second best defense. Plus, this game is at home, as you mentioned. So, for Iowa, how many times can we say the same thing? A phenomenal defense with a horrible offense. They're currently ranked number 2. This defense hasn't been lower than number 3 nationally all year. The offense, on the other hand, they entered the year number 86. They rose to 83 going into the game at Penn State. Of course, they got shut out in that one. They've now fallen to a season low, number 122. Brett, it's a bottom 12 FBS level offense. It's such a shame for this Iowa team, for their fans, for everybody involved that the offense has been so dreadful for so long. Even still, though, Brett, the Hawkeyes have a chance to make it to Indianapolis. My numbers favor them in each of their remaining games after this week, but they really need to get this win so that they're not behind in the tiebreaker to Wisconsin. The winner of this game will be the favorite to win the West. If it's Wisconsin, the race is close to over. The Badgers would have an 81% chance compared to just an 18% chance to Iowa if they lose this one and then are behind on the tiebreaker. For Iowa, if they win, they become the favorite at 55%, but Wisconsin, with that loss, they wouldn't be out of it. There'd be a 44% chance that they recover and win the division. Bottom line, I have Wisconsin minus 7.5. It's a 30% win expectancy for Iowa. It's going to be tough for them to come out of Madison with that upset victory.
System play, I bet under the total. I learned my lesson. against Penn State. I took under 36.5. Time recording, I see 136.5 floating around there. 36 you could take. I don't care that it's been bet down. Under is my play here. Look, they're just not coming out of their basement. They're never going to. I'm fascinated to see if there's actual ramifications if Brian Ferentz doesn't hit his contractual requirements, which he is not on pace to do, like really not. And they've got some good defenses upcoming. I'm interested to see if they actually do something or if they just kick the can down the road until Kirk himself is out. I think the combination of expected wind and rain, which could change, but they're expecting it, complete and utter ineptitude on Iowa's offense, and two decent defenses. I'm pretty confident about that. I like it. Under 36.5 is my play for this one.